everyone, and welcome to Crazy Bear's Den. This is Crazy Bear, and today we're doing a playthrough of Assault on Doomrock. Now, this is actually the Assault on Doomrock expansion, but I am just going to be playing the base game today. And I had taken a poll over on Board Game Geek, and this is what everyone wanted me to play next, so this is what I'm playing. I really enjoy this game, and it's been a little while since I've played it last. And as you can see, I've already got everything set up and ready to go. And I did randomly pick my two heroes, and I got the Frustrated Paladin as well as the Sadistic Witch. So those are my heroes venturing forth today, and the location that we're starting out in is the Mushroom Hills, a wondrous realm full of rainbows, fairies, unicorns, ponies, and deadly spores. So this will be good. And our setting card is the calm before the storm. So the wind was calm, and so was the sky and the earth and water. You're marching steadily, unhindered for unnaturally long. Imagine that meant you're perceiving far behind the horizon silence. Something was hanging in the... a penny. I do enjoy this game. A lot of it's just fun recklessness that it has to it. So the one thing that I do different in the setup is I've got the expose markers, and I just put them in the this little dice bag that my wife knitted for me. That way I can't see them, but I can draw them, and I don't have to spread them all out in an area. So alright, well, let's begin. And since we're already here, one thing about this is during the setting you use these time tokens, and certain things can take up time that you do, such as traveling from location to location, or discovering a new location, or sometimes even some of these effects or adventures that you've got on there, or locations, require time. So we've got to look at what we can do and decide where to go first. So let's think about that. So this location has 3 secrets, and it's not considered explored until we've removed all secrets. Unfortunately, we only have a finite amount of time before we're going to be fighting a battle. So I've got to figure out what's the best way that we want to spend our time as we're going along. And really what we want to do is we want to acquire loot. We want to level up, much like any other game. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to spend 1 time marker, and we are going to explore one of these secrets. And to do that, since this is a mountain area, I'm going to draw the mountain event. And what do we get? We get a closet. This is great. So we find a closet area, and as we're going through, so maybe it's a little hidden nook on a rock side that maybe it's slightly open or something, and we get to find something. So we open the door and we find some loot in there, and it's got loot listed 3 times with a -1. And what that means is we get to roll a d6 and compare it to this chart right here on our settings. So d6 -1, and we get to figure out what it is that we find. So let's take a look. This is actually a fantastic card that I've never encountered before, so I'm really excited. Very first card, what do we find as we're exploring through the Mushroom Hills? A closet full of loot. How awesome is that? So let's roll our first d6, and we get a 6. So 6 minus 1 is 5, so I find a common item. So let's go up here to our common deck and see what it is. And it is a Dagger of Doom. So it requires 1 agility, and it says you can use this weapon, and one target of our melee ability gains 2 exposed before they attack. Oh, that's good. So we can gain 2 exposed counters. So we're just going to put that over here for the moment, and we're going to roll again, and we got a 6 again. So that is another common item. Let's take a look. A black hole potion. So we're able to move all characters from up to 2 groups to an empty group. Oh, that's very useful in combat. And finally, let's roll one last time. A 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So again, that's a common item. So we find 3 common items. A health potion of Doom. This is a fantastic card. I'm so happy to have a health potion. So we're going to put these over here, and that was a very good use of our time cards. So what else do we want to do? You know what? We're going to go ahead and spend another time token. So here we go. And we are going to take away one more secret. And let's see what we find in the mountains. Okay, so this is the Fountain of Life. So I can pay 1 silver to camp or remove all shield tokens. Oh, so this is a new location basically added here to the mountains that we can visit each time if we want to while we're here. Man, that's really good. Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to, let's see here. You know, if I gain, so this location I have to be careful because it says when any hero is exposed by 3 or more exposed markers, and we spend time here, then we can lose the game. So I don't have any exposed markers yet, fortunately, for either of my heroes. But the other thing is that this is really good. You gain 2 silver for 1 time token, but each of our heroes get 3 exposed, and we can only do that if it's not explored. And it's considered not explored if there's still 1 secret token left here. And there is in this one. But the other thing is right here. I can remove a secret to gain an epic item, but only if there is only 1 secret marker left and no party member is exposed. So the question is, do I want to gain some silver and get exposed and therefore have to go rest somewhere else in order to come back? Or do I just want to go ahead and get the epic item and move on? In this case, I know that I can get some silver in other places. So one of the things here is I can get silver for completing this. But I'm not sure. It's a tough question here. And the thing is, silver is great because if I get enough silver for the number of ability cards that I have, then I can level up, which gets me a new ability card. You know what? Because we got this Fountain of Life, which allows me to camp without making any time tokens, it only takes a silver, then I could pay a time token to get 2 silver, and then pay 1 silver to remove all those exposed counters and go ahead. So each time would be worth 1 silver, and that's actually a really good trade-off, I think, at this point. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to spend another time from my dwindling time to gain 2 silver and 3 expose. So I got the 2 silver there. And now I need to get 3 exposed tokens, and I just remembered why I couldn't use my dice bag to draw them out of, and that's because you're not supposed to know what they are until you're actually getting to battle, because each of these could be something good or it could be something bad or nothing at all, and you just don't know what your exposure does. So you draw them and you keep them face down on your character until you take a hit in battle. So there we go. So now they have 3. Doesn't really matter that much since I'm about to camp anyway. But yeah, so that's alright. But I went ahead and set them all out and over here, and then you've got them all face down, and you can shuffle them up and put them back and everything. So now we've got our exposed tokens on each hero. So we are down to 5 time counters remaining, and what we are going to do is we are going to camp next. Alright, so now my party is going to go ahead and visit this location. I don't have to spend a time counter, but what I do have to do is pay a silver. So I'm going to pay 1 of my silver tokens, and we are going to camp, which will give us back 10 health if we need it, but we're not down any health. But what I do want to do when we camp, well, let's just keep going. I'm gonna actually remove all exposed markers, so we're gonna remove these. I think you discard them, but since I haven't looked at them, I'm just gonna put them back face up or face down in our pool over here, and we can shuffle these all into here. Okay. And then we do gain a shield. Now a shield each is useful in battle. And then finally, since we're camping, I am going to pay 4 and level up my paladin, which is great being able to do this early. So what we do when we level up is we draw 3 ability cards. 1, 2, 3. And we take a look at them, and I get to pick one of them as an ability to add to it. So we get Flash of Light, which heals a character for 1. Ooh, Combustion. Deal 4 damage. That's a good one. Or Fireball. Wow. Man, that's a really good spell too. Let's see, we have Battle Heal. And Flash of Light would be good for healing as well. But notice it's the same die value. The only thing that it has going for it is it's got this lightning bolt, which means I can use it at the beginning of the turn. But I think we've already got something here that we don't need. So what I'm going to go for then, you know what? This one requires 2 dice to be a 6 each. But it deals a massive amount of damage. Whereas this one only requires 1 die, and while it only deals 1, it deals it to a large group. Man, you know what? I'm going to take Combustion. That's probably going to come back to bite me, but that's alright. And when we level up, we also gain 1 additional die, since you get 1 die per ability card that you have. Okay. Now that we've removed all exposure tokens, we are going to go ahead and do this. So this is the epic or purple epic, and we are going to remove the last secret here, making this now explored, which also, thanks to this, gains us 1 silver. So we're going to add that to our pool. And now we get to draw an epic item. So let's see what it is. The demonic charm of impending doom. Ooh. So place 3 expose on another character and 1 on yourself. So it requires 2 intelligence and 1 agility. So the way that you figure out if you have that is each ability has intelligence or strength or something. So unfortunately, my paladin cannot wear this. What about my witch? Nope, see, my witch only has 2 intelligence, no agility. So we're gonna have to put this down here as an item that we can hold on to but not use yet. So that's unfortunate. Okay, and now we've used all the secrets, so we could still spend time here looting some dead heroes if we wanted to, but I think it's time for us to move on. So let's think about which one of these locations we want to go to next. So we're gonna go ahead and spend another time token, and we're gonna travel over here to the Mage's Tower. Now the Mage's Tower has an artifact cell, and we had to stock this shop up when I was setting it up. So let's look at the 2 items that it has for sale. It's got the Cheat Codes of Doom, which allows us to, after drawing an AI card, treat it as if it was a blank, and the Potion of Might, which is roll 3 extra dice during the roll phase. Both of those are actually really good cards. 3 extra dice would be very helpful, specifically in getting that combustion to go off. So I think I will spend our last silver on getting this Potion of Might. So I'm going to put that down here. Now we could always sell one of these items, but I don't think we want to do that yet. Now we can look at we can either try to explore here, or we can use the Scrying Orb to reveal 1 top card of up to 2 decks. So that could be nice as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to use the Scrying Orb. So I'm going to discard the secret. And now I can look at the top 1 card of up to 2 decks. Well, I know what the first one is going to be. It's this encounter deck over here. I want to know what I'm going up against. So let's take a look at it. Ah, it's the Beasts of Doom. Man, they are tough. Okay, so each phase they get a shield and they all have 1 armor. So okay, it's not terrible, but those guys are going to be tough to beat. I'm glad that we know what we're up against. Then I would also like to take a look at the, let's see here, the Wilderness deck. Let's take a look here. So I can either get an Expose if it's a peril, or a Stable Job. Ooh. Okay. So that's interesting to look at too. Okay. Well, I bought an item and everything. See, I don't know if I really want to go to the Unexpected Desert, because you get 1 expose just for traveling here. Yeah, I think we're going to use a time counter to venture forth. And so what that means is that we get rid of the leftmost location, which is going to be the Wizard's Tower. Okay, so it's going to go into a discard pile. We'll put it over here. And this goes into the discard pile since it was in the shop. And now we move these two over and draw the next card that was on our location. Okay. And we get an item shop. Nice. So that's where we're at. And it starts out with 2 secrets. Now, when we venture forth like that, we also have to suffer 1 peril. And so it was the wilderness, and we know what it's going to be because we looked at it. It's exposed plus 2. So each of our characters gets 2 expose tokens. There we go. Oops. Alright. Well, let's look here. Oh, nice. This one has a shop which has 2 common items. So we're going to stock it from the common deck. Yeah, and this Fountain of Life still continues over there. So he has the Grenade of Doom and the Smoking Device of Regeneration. Excellent. Okay. So we could go there and we could buy one. Or we could pay him silver to remove exposed tokens. Or to gain health. And this shows when he resupplies, okay. And then we can always use a heroism to rob a random item. But then he wouldn't sell to us anymore, so that's not very fun. Alright, so what we're going to do then is we're going to use one of our time counters. We've only got 3 left, so the battle is coming up soon, and we're going to adventure here, or explore. So we find an adventurer party. So it's another party. So we can either lose 2 hit points and gain a common item and loot, or we can draw 2 common items and we can trade a common item that we have for one of the common items that we have. So let's look at our common items. We have the health potion, the black hole potion, and the dagger of doom, which currently no one can use because no one has agility. So this might be a good idea to do this trade. So let's go ahead and do the trade. So they have the Amulet of Hatred. So I can use it to place 1 expose on a character. Or the Stone Skin. So I can use it to gain 4. That's a tough one. You know what? Let's trade it for the Amulet of Hatred. So we're going to trade that and take that, and we're actually going to put this artifact on our paladin, our frustrated paladin. Alright, and we're going to get rid of these 2 in our discard pile. Okay. So that was our first secret is now gone. We only have 2 time remaining. So what do we want to do? I was thinking I would go back to the Mushroom Hills and go to the rest of the Fountain of Life, but I forget that route costs a silver and I don't have any left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my last 2 time tokens to go ahead and explore this wilderness area again. and hope it's something good. Ooh, treasure trail. Add +1 to all loot rolls in this area and adjacent areas. So this is another location that gets added here. So that's not bad. It's not a bad one, but it doesn't allow me to loot or anything, and I only have one time counter left. And once this goes, that's when we start our first encounter. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and I used both. It only had 2 secrets. I thought I had 3. So I used both of those. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and venture forth one last time? And so we'll use this last time token, and what we'll do is we get rid of this unexpected desert. Thank you. We don't want you there anymore. We move both of these down. And then we draw the new location. And it is Abandoned Mine. So let's look at this. So I add the 4 secret locations here, but look at this. If this area is not explored, heroes suffer hit points -1 at the start of a battle. That's great, we're about to start a battle. But I also need to suffer a peril, so let's see what peril I suffer, and I lose a hit point. Man, that is not good going into the battle. Alright, so since my last time marker is gone, we are going to start the first encounter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the battle over here, and then I'll be right back.